Okay, so basically what I've done is I've kind of gone along and I've decided to kind of change this up a little bit. Now that it's expanded and everything, I actually tried to blow air through each one of these, up and down each side, because this is fuel tank, right? So I'm not going to do anything with these fuel tanks. So I can't get any air through here, which means that there also won't be any water transference, which I'm pretty happy about. Anyway, so I decided to cut all these off flush and then cut this off so that the insulation can get right in there and still do its job as much as it possibly can. Because this lip right here, you can kind of see one of the screw holes here. This is where that corrugated kind of comes up to this, right? So it kind of goes right up underneath this edge and it's attached here. So I'll have that insulation here and here. But I decided to do that because when I did this one, now there's a beam right here, like these. But this isn't really seating up in there as well as I'd like it to. So everything else is pretty much in there, but that didn't go up in there as well as I'd liked it to. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that. Now I thought, oh, hey, you know, this is 20.5 inches here. It's 74 inches long. I could just cut one whole piece and then just cut out for these little framing members. And then in the process of me doing that, obviously you guys see one piece right there. So let me try to back up a little bit here. It's really an inconvenient location. So between this piece and this piece, it's 5.5 inches. And between this piece and this piece, it's 6 1/8. So again, I've done a factory tour. You know, they did talk about the fact that everything's kind of built in a jig. This is probably a better picture. There we go. Everything's built in a jig, blah, blah, blah. Well, how sloppy is your jig? Like if, I don't know, whatever. I think I've already kind of voiced my displeasure with, attention to detail. So just so you know, so every single one of these right here, it's been a different size from one end to the other, or it's been a different dimension or whatever. Like, was this a prototype? I mean, you've been building them a while, so I highly doubt it's a prototype, but just interesting, just interesting. I would think that, to make sure that your costs and your welds and everything were just exquisitely perfect, especially when you talk about the load capacity of this thing, things like that. But, and these, just so you know, that one is a 6-inch member. This one is probably 10-inch, 6-inch, and then all the rest of them back there are like 3. And then the one in the back, I think it's 12. It's bigger than this one. It's 12, and then the one in the very back, I think is 12. But anyway, just kind of interesting how certain things are kind of done and built and whatnot on this process, on this piece of equipment. It's been very interesting. I mean, obviously, whenever you work on something, you definitely become more intimate with it, and you know more about it than maybe you ever intended to know, or maybe these videos will be really helpful for someone who is either one, interested in buying one and really wants to know all the details, like they're super melancholy, or if somebody's interested in kind of taking on a project like this and kind of wants to see what it looks like before they dig it apart, right? So I did mention on the ATC owners thing that I was doing this. There was a gentleman that I'm just going to kind of pan around as I'm talking. But there was a gentleman that, see how I moved this fuel line, but you can see where it was just whipping back and forth, driving down the road. Right? I mean, look at how nasty this is. Anyway, I haven't done this one yet. I haven't cut all this out yet. But he was asking if this was something I was going to turn into a business, and no, not ever. I wouldn't care if I had this thing on a lift where it was just supported by tires and I could get 100% underneath it. 100% not interested. Because I don't know. It's I have life experiences that have led me to believe that doing work for other people on something like this is, you know, you might find somebody that wants to pay for it, you know, for your time, but historically, you know, not really the case, right? So again, 5.5, 6 1/8, and then this is, you know, how each piece is going to go in. So pretty cool. I'm actually pretty excited because this is the last piece, and then I can put the insulation on and then put the corrugated back in. I don't have a tripod or anything like that. I'm actually just filming this on my iPhone, so hopefully things are okay. Video's okay. We'll see, right? I'm gonna kind of upload them all at once. I don't know how that works either. Like, I'm not a YouTuber, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so when I get done with this and I get ready to start putting the corrugated back on, I'll put the insulation on. I'll kind of show you that process too. And then I'm probably going to finish dropping this tire because there's no way I'm getting that corrugated in here with that thing in the way. So they did over torque the snot out of those, so they're collapsed. Even though there's spacers and stuff in there, it's still collapsed. And then while I'm fixing all that, I'm going to run those screws back in all the way too. That way that thing's nice and flush against that, so you know it can't potentially fall out going down the road. But cool. All right, well, see you in the next video.